Alright guys, well it's Thanksgiving week here on the Daily Vape, and today we're going to be looking at the Protank 3. Get it? Thanksgiving? Tanks. I can't believe I didn't think of that till today. Alright guys, well in honor of Thanksgiving, we are doing 4 tank reviews this week. We're on our second one today with the Protank 3. Now I know these videos aren't coming up on the regular schedule that I usually have them, but like I said, we're just basically getting 4 videos up in 5 days this week, so I don't know exactly when or where they're going to show up. Alright, so today we are looking at the Protank 3. Now upon the first glimpse, I really almost thought they had put the wrong tank in here because it does look, as you can see. But if you look a little bit closer, you will see that the main difference is actually in the coils here. Alright guys, well as you can see, that's your coil on the Protank 3. This was the coil for the Protank 2. So these are actually double coil heads here for the Protank 3. So that's the biggest difference between the Protank 2 and the Protank 3 is actually going to be in the coil heads. Alright guys, here's a quick comparison of the heads. So if you guys can see, there's just one wick for the one coil on here, where it looks to me like it is 2 wicks stacked on top of each other for the double coil here. So this one has 2 of them stacked in there, and this one just has 1. Alright guys, so to fill it and to put the coil in there, you have to take this base piece off, and it is 510 threaded. Now you can fill it pretty easily along the side there, and then we can also put our coil right there. Alright, you got it? I'm going to go ahead and fill this baby. Alright, I'm going to be using a little bit more of my black cherry from Viper Vape. Still one of my favorite. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and let those double coils wick up. And I can see there's already a lot of juice going down. And then I'll be back in just a few and try this out. I can almost get it confused with my Protank 2, except this one's kind of got chunkies on the mouthpiece. And this one's fresh and new. Alright, you probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but the only distinguishing mark is that there's a little Protank. There's a 2 on here. And on here there is a 3. Yeah, there you go. You can see that little 3. Alright, here we go. Protank 3 double coil bottom fed tank. Wow, that puts out a lot of vapor. It actually got a pretty good draw. I would say it feels like maybe it's a little bit tighter than the Protank 2. But I like it actually. I like the draw. I like the vapor off of this. So I'm vaping this on 11 watts right now. I'll take another hit and then I'll turn it up to 12 and we'll see what it does. Yeah, pretty nice vapor production for such a quick drag. And then I heard somebody was saying that they were complaining because the mouthpiece was too loose on these. And I can show you, but my mouthpiece is actually really tight on my Protank 3. And on my Protank 2 it's actually very loose and just barely hangs in there. So I almost think it just kind of depends. Those can just be manufacturer defects. But my mouthpiece fits tight on this. I'm not having any issue with it being loose or falling out. Alright. Alright, well let's go ahead. I'm going to turn it up to 12 and try it one more time on 12 watts. Wow, that comes out hotter. I can almost feel like the vapor's hovering better on that. That is good. I don't know, man. I've heard a lot of different varying criticisms of the Protank 3. I don't know if I got a good one. I waited a little bit longer, and maybe the first one's coming out. We're having some issues, but I mean, obviously I can't tell whether leakage or other kind of problems down the road are going to come up, and I'll come back and do an update like always. But I've got to say, for right out of the box and hitting it up, man, I'm pretty impressed. It's all Pyrex glass tank with metal parts. Yummy. It's a good clean flavor. I would say it's not the strongest flavor, so there may be a little bit of muting going on, but it's definitely not turning it to a bad flavor. So that's good. It's handling 12 watts, no problem. Nice. Good. I'm actually glad. This tank, I feel like I would like this. If it keeps vaping like it's vaping right now, I would probably prefer this to the Protank 2. That's good. I think that puts out a nice, thick, heavy vapor. The draw on this, I feel like, is really just about perfect. You can hear just how smooth of a draw you get. I got no complaints about the way this thing's vaping right now. I'll come back next week and give you basically my impression of what I thought was the best tank that I did this week. But for right now, I'd have to say the Protank 3 is right in the running. Alright, well, hopefully you guys are having a good Thanksgiving week yourself, and I will see you guys with the third of the 4 tank reviews very soon. Alright, you guys, use the link below this video if you want to go check out the Protank 3 for yourself.